7:05, pledge allegiance. With the pledge allegiance.
And to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Public safety report for the last 30 days. There were 3 incident reports documented, including checking on the welfare of a resident on Walnut, 1 suspicious vehicle on Van Brunt. We issued 6 parking warnings, 4 parking tickets, 6 appearance tickets for building or zoning violations, 7 courtesy house checks were conducted, and 4 special events for parking for approved.
Ron, you want?
By the next board meeting, we expect to have a budget wrapped up and a projection for the finances through the year end, so that we can present that to all of you. And hopefully we won't get any snow, but so far we're doing okay with snow. Some other things, as you know, we've had to go and spend a little bit more than we wanted to, but that will all be wrapped up in the next board meeting.
Announcements, for anyone who doesn't know, Mrs. Cohen passed away last night. We don't have any details, but once we do, I'll send it out. On March 19th, the village engineer is gonna do his final doc presentation for the residents at the library. On March 24th, and the rainy day's the 25th, the Poquott Community Association and the Thomas Scouts, yeah, they're doing a beach cleanup. So it's at 9 a.m. starting at the corner of Tinker, in the circle of Tinker Bluff. And on March 29th, anyone who lives on this side of the village that has signed up or is interested in gas, National Grid will hold a meeting at the library. I'm gonna email the people that said that they were interested individually, so. Public comments? Felicia?
I'm Felicia Chilak, Washington Street. I have a couple of questions for the treasurer. I see we're at 96% of our budget with 3 more months to go. Does that numbers that you gave us include all the legal fees that are owed to date and the snow plowing?
Yes.
It includes, I believe, all the snow plowing has been updated. There hasn't been much going on lately, so I'm pretty sure they're up to date. As far as the legal, I don't know if all legal
This is up to February 28th.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
As for whether there's anything that's not been presented yet, I can't really speak to that.
Okay. So at this point, without knowing that, we're at 96% of our budget.
Yes.
Okay.
There
I
are
have a couple
there are a
other
few
questions.
upside things, but right now it's mainly everything else will be projected out, and we'll be able to present all the projections through year end at the next board meeting.
Okay. Do you handle the court accounting as well?
No, I don't.
Okay, who handles that, do you know?
Court.
The court normally would.
The budget you don't handle at all?
For
Because
the
it's
court-
on our budget,
For the court,
yeah.
no, I don't do anything in particular for the court.
Okay, because my question is, and I see it's, a line on the budget that you presented to us. The outstanding violations, I wanted to know how much are we owed? Wouldn't you, as the treasurer, have access to that?
Outstanding violations where?
The monies that the village is owed through the court.
Well, no, I,
They're put on separate.
yes, and every town, in the courts run, every village, they run their own set of books, but I don't get personally involved with that, no.
Okay, so even though their expenses are on here, their income is not, correct?
The income is on there, yes.
So then you would be involved, because you know the income.
But I'm not involved in the details of their day-to-day work.
Okay, so the information that you put on this budget is only what they give you, you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, so I would contact the court if I want those answers?
You can send them an email.
I'm speaking to the treasurer,
I'm not
please.
sure what answers you're looking for.
Because I have questions on the outstanding
Outstanding
monies that they're
violations,
owed
then you would
and the ratio of how it's
contact the
collected,
court.
and so I would contact the court.
Okay.
So they wouldn't discuss that ever with you? Ask the
I
treasurer.
don't have direct conversations with the
Okay.
people. I
All
got
right.
the numbers.
Okay, I'll contact them. And then I had a couple of possibly suggestions. The budget is not updated on the village website, it's only as of December 2017, and I believe that the residents should have the current information up there at all times. It's not. And I also would like to know, since we report the minutes of all the meetings, why don't we report the minutes for the residents to see on the planning and zoning board meetings, as well as the planning public hearing minutes?
I don't know, it's a good suggestion, we'll discuss it at the next meeting and see if the board would like to.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Gary?
This is in regard to tree survey.
You have to say
and-
your name and address.
Harry Berry, 15 Silver Beach Court, Poquott. Of the 176 trees that they suggested, a year and a half later, we still haven't taken one down. I gave John several meetings ago, I think at least two, the name and address of the people that I used. They, after the tornado, cleaned up the whole village for $3,500. They took down 12 trees, full standing trees that were bad for $5,000.
If you'd like to have a side conversation, could you step out of the room, please? This is kind of
Okay.
distracting.
And I'm
can you
just
tell Barry
wondering why
because
you
it's hard to hear
didn't
you?
contact them.
I use the companies that Joe emailed me. I started with that.
Well,
Okay,
that's
so that might
why,
be one of the companies that they choose.
it
to go
isn't,
through.
it isn't.
No, but they could do it now since they have to redo the whole project anyway.
Right.
So,
Do you want me to give you the, okay.
Do you know what it is? Why don't you give it to me?
Yeah, it's Long Island Tree Service, and actually, they're not operating under that exactly. It's Long Island Garden and Tree Service
Was
or
that the same
something.
company that came in a couple of times? Because we kept on having to.
They came in
emergency meetings,
many
Emergency meeting, and I have to get them cleaning up like multiple
Well,
times.
they sat down there, they came in after the tornado and cleaned up everything in the village that was on the ground for $3,500.
He just said $5,000.
No, they
No.
took down 12 trees for $5,000. And then they came in when,
Why are there emergency meetings for more money to take care of more work?
because
we had a
we
tornado
had,
that came through the
Well,
village.
we
you
kept
said-
having things
No,
come
I get
down.
it, but you just said that the initial price was one number.
They,
and then-
everything that was on the ground, they cleaned up across the village for $3,500. There was trees that were damaged in the tornado,
Okay.
12 of them that they had to take down. That was $5,000. And then there was one that we had that on Chestnut and Walnut that came down, took all the lines down, and they had to come in and clean that one up, and they took down 3 or 4, I forget how many.
Point is, just to bring this to a close, you have a name of a vendor that you feel is good.
And-
You gave it to
Okay,
me.
so we'll pass that along. and we'll-
Well, I already gave it to you 2 or 3 meetings
Okay.
ago.
Okay, well, we have now.
You call me.
I'll give it to Bill.
I got Long Island.
Yeah, I can give you a number.
Yeah,
too.
that's fine.
Any other comments?
Oh, I have it on my kitchen table. I'll give it to you.
Susan?
Yes, Susan Westowski. I'm just wondering, and maybe this was covered at the last meeting, but I was looking at the public comments and it didn't seem to be much from the last meeting, or maybe it just didn't get recorded, I don't know. But anyway, John, I had sent you some pictures of the problems with the berms on Maple and New. They're just like broken down. Did you get them?
I did not get them. I'll look through my email.
I send
again,
them,
but-
I sent them snail mail prints to your, what I thought was your address.
I can look again.
Was it 14 Walnut? That's the
yeah.
address.
This is over a month ago, so
I
I
will
don't,
definitely respond to you on that.
I don't remember, and I didn't get them back, I put it, anyway, but, there were, these were berms that were put in,
I spoke to you. I remember.
No, you spoke
Wait.
to me about a tree.
Right,
that-
right, when we
yeah,
were going through that
Yeah, that
tree,
had nothing,
okay.
this is different. This is the berms that were installed after needing them for a very long time, and they came on a Sunday, and they didn't really do a very thick or high berm, and they broke down in about 3 months' time. And then since then, I've noticed the berms, like going down Chestnut to the bus stop, they're like even worse. They're all broken. So my question is, like, why do we keep using the same company for these berms? They're just like falling apart. And I mean, all anybody has to do is drive around the village and see how bad they are. I mean, why can't we install something that's more permanent and not going to continue to break down?
Are you around tomorrow? I mean, I'll be very.
It's going to be raining like hell
So
tomorrow.
I'm saying I'll be around tomorrow. So, if you want-
So, but all you have to, anytime,
Okay.
but just go, because when you go down the hill, to me, it's a wastewater management problem, because then you get the buildup of stuff that walks just down the hill that doesn't need to if it were protected from doing so from the berm. And then actually it's a safety problem, because then you get like dirt and gravel and things, so sometimes you can like skid down there, and it's like a narrow little turn, so you have to stop, really almost like a stop to look to see who's going. Sometimes people don't. Anyway, to me, so that stuff is just gonna go right into
In the road.
the storm drains, and,
Well, the handyman did pick up the broken asphalt, and I think it is the snow company, because if you drive around town of Brookhaven, there's a lot of berms that are also broken up from the snow.
yeah, I don't know, I mean, it just happened, because they did that like in the early, I'd say it was like early fall, and then within a couple of months, they were broken. I don't think it had anything to do with the company, I mean, some part of it does. Going up the other side of Maple, the west side of Maple, I think there was a school bus that used to come up there for a handicapped child, and I think maybe that broke it down, but
Okay.
but the point is the materials don't work.
It's a pile of.
And if you,
tar
and like,
gravel.
and at the end of Washington, you see the school, by the school
That's-
stop, it's like all like broken down.
If that's something we can talk about, maybe, as far as the budget, and maybe if it's a recurring thing, we're just fixing, maybe we can put that in the budget. I mean,
So, wait, when you say berm,
Yeah, I'm talking about the black
It's like
asphalt.
blacktop
It's not
curb?
asphalt. It's a pile of-
Yeah, it's like curbing, I guess that's called a
Okay.
berm, I don't know what.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, those are broken down throughout the village.
Yeah,
There's a big difference in cost, but if it's not working, that's how we wound up on the end of Chestnut. We had a major project there because it just fell apart, and then the road fell apart from it, so
Same
there's
thing with
probably,
the
it's an
highway
idea that
channel.
I've been thinking about too. It's very easy to have these guys come in and they just make their own curb. It's the blacktop that they use for patching in the streets and whatever, but they kind of mound it up. It's just a curb, it's only this big. A berm is something else.
oh, okay.
But they're not holding up, in the wintertime, we lose them left and right because of the snow plows. Because they're not that hard. But the alternative is expensive. We start getting into a concrete curb, and it's not aesthetically the same. But in that one area, we need to do something.
Because to tell you the truth, like when I go through this side of Poquott and the other side of Poquott, it's like the tale of two cities.
Yeah.
And it looks like, shanty town.
Still
And
the same problem, I mean, we have.
yeah,
streets.
and on the other side, there's the whatever those, what's those cinder, what are those
Cobblestones.
Belgian blocks
Yeah.
that got installed,
They
and
get
I,
knocked over too.
huh?
They do.
They get knocked over too.
Yeah, but at least it looks, for a while, and then I know we're like in Stony Brook Village, after the mini tornado, they had a lot of broken down sidewalks and trees, and they have curbing now, and it looks, for the first
More
time
permanent
in,
solutions, what do you think?
20
we should
years.
go for? Maybe it's a little more expensive, we go for more permanent solutions, so we're not replacing this and spending more money.
yeah, definitely.
I agree.
Oh, so that's one comment, and then I just wanted,
Jeff, she's still talking.
yeah,
Well, Sharon, and how you do the budget.
It's surprisingly cheap compared to putting in like the concrete curbs that we
Yeah,
do.
they're running
Yeah.
Belgian block.
No more. You were saying?
yeah. Well, I just wanted to just follow up on
That's fine.
whatever,
That's what-
back, this is back regarding again with the trees just whatever company is used, that they're having certified arborists. I think that's important, that those arborists have certification by their national society, and that they have a program for their tree people. That's a safety program, because otherwise, if we have some fly-by-night group that comes in without that, the village puts itself at risk.
I agree.
I had a guy, he's a licensed arborist and he's licensed in Suffolk County. And when he was coming to do some of my trees, he would not do a tree because he wouldn't let his guys climb up it. That's how bad the tree was.
Yeah.
So he's really good. And I'll bring him in along with tree gardens.
Any other comments?
No, that's it.
Alicia?
I just want to say, maybe you could look into whoever installed that, whatever you want to call bird curbing at Walnut in Washington, because that has not dented. It's still intact for how many years it's been there, and it controls the water perfectly. So the material they used is not being ripped up by the plows.
Susan? No, Cindy?
Cindy Davis, Birchwood Avenue. Just two observations. I've heard that there is a lawsuit by the board against a sitting trustee, and it just strikes me, this is the same administration who a year or two ago said, oh, filing lawsuits against people discourages people from volunteering or from serving in the village. So it's just an observation. Also, March 29th is a religious holiday, and you're having the meeting on that. It's Holy Thursday.
Oh, it's Holy Thursday. That's why it was available, right, for the service. Well, we'll see if anyone else, because that's when National Grid maintained that wants to.
Can't hear you.
I'm surprised that they scheduled for that.
Kathy?
Kathleen Matthews, 26 Chestnut Avenue. I'm a little bit concerned about the lack of estimates of what it's going to cost to maintain a dock. Having been a member of 3 or 4 different yacht clubs over the last 30 years, I know that the biggest expense that we ever had with each of the yacht clubs was not in building a dock, but in maintaining a dock each year, because every year you have the ice breaks down the dock, you have to repaint it, you have to rebuild a lot of it, particularly when it's in low water that is exposed, like California Beach is, that the likelihood of there being damage to any dock that is built every single year and needing to be redone and repainted every single year is going to be, I think, much more expensive than what I see as the estimated costs.
We had 3 companies come in to give us an estimate on the maintenance, and the most expensive thing would be bulkhead, and we don't have any bulkhead. And all 3 of them said the same thing. And they all came in about exactly the same, we took the high number.
Okay, can we get a list of who those 3 companies were?
Sure, I can email to you.
Okay. Because it seems to be lowballed from what my experience of what it costs to maintain docks.
Okay.
And especially given how low the water is in there and how every single winter it freezes out there.
How many decks do we have in the village show? 6? 5?
Right now? 1, 2, 3, 4 on this side.
4 on this side. So the water freezes for those 4, I mean, have they had any issues? Do we know of? Okay, I'll contact them and find out.
Hasn't taken down Ballsey's dock, and that's the worst
Well,
constructed thing I have ever seen in my whole life.
It's still standing.
It's still standing, going strong. Okay, thank you. Any other comments? Okay, resolutions? Resolution 03-2018-1, adopting, resolution adopting March 1st, 2018 agenda as printed. So moved. All in favor? Motion carries. Tom? That's, why,
Oh, sorry about that. Here we go.
that's the left, that's
There
the
we go.
left.
Alright. I'll look at my binder, sorry about that. Resolution 03-2018-2, resolution accepting the monthly reports from March 1st, 2018. So moved.
Second? All in favor? Motion carries. Which minutes were you changing in the work session? Okay.
Resolution 03-2018-3.
Yes.
Resolution adopting the minutes from February 8th, 2018 work session of the meeting of the Board of Trustees. So moved.
This is the one that I say need to correct.
Okay.
It was regarding the stop sign on Washington, and that should be changed to probably be permanently removed.
You'll correct it and then send it to me. Or send it back out to us. Okay. So it'll be, the resolution will be to accept it with this change,
With
correct?
that change, right?
Yeah, resolutions 03-2018-4, resolution adopting the minutes from February
We
8th.
have to vote on it.
Oh, okay.
I need a second, number 3.
Yeah.
All in favor?
Okay, so then, resolution 03-2018-4. Resolution adopting the minutes from February 8th, 2018 business session. Meeting of the trustees. So moved.
Second? All in favor? Resolution 03-2018-5, resolution directing Clerk Newfield to schedule a notice accordingly, public hearing for April 12, 2018, for changes to local law, chapter 50, unsafe buildings and structures. So moved. All in favor?
Resolution 03-2018-6, resolution directing Clerk Newfield to schedule and notice accordingly the public hearing for March 22nd, 2018 for local law 2018 authorizing the Board of Trustees to exceed the state tax levy limit for 2018-2019. So moved.
All in favor? Motion carries.
Resolution 03-2018-7, resolution to schedule the Village of Poquott Board of Trustees work session to be held at Village Hall on March 22nd, 2018 at 7 p.m. So moved.
Second, all in favor? Motion carries.
Resolution, let me just write this one down. Resolution 03-2018-8. Resolution to schedule the Village of Poquott Board of Trustees meetings as follows to be held at Village Hall. Work session, 1 hour before each Board of Trustees meeting. Regular session, April 12, 2018 at 7 p.m. So moved.
Second, all in favor? Resolution 03-2018-9, resolution authorizing Campbell, Middleton, and McCormick LLP to begin litigation against trustee John Richardson. So moved.
Should that be continuing, because it already began?
Well, this is the next phase. Sorry that we misspelled it, could have been
No,
resolved.
I agree. I'm sorry too.
So moved. All in favor?
Resolution 03-2018-10, resolution adopting the secret resolution for local law 2018, new local village code and parks. So
We
moved.
don't have a copy of that Parks law back here, so can you vote on it? We can't
Yeah.
read it.
Remember we did,
The law, no.
we did the public hearing like 2 months ago.
Yeah, but you made changes, major changes.
Well, not major changes.
There,
Well, we don't know that.
we should make a copy and make it available now.
Okay.
Yeah, so we should adjourn the meeting for
So that being tabled.
15 or 20 minutes.
Joe, on the one for number 9, John has to abstain.
Yeah. Why is that, why didn't? Hang on, guys.
But we don't have any time to really review it, so how long are you gonna give us to review
It
it?
just has to be ready, available at the meeting before the votes.
Okay, thank you.
But it's not readily available. Wait a moment.
I think on the resolution for the lawsuit, I think that whatever the communication is that they should be instructed to try to recover legal fees.
Okay. So we'll go
I was
back to
gonna
that.
suggest a cap, but I think instead what you do is you just instruct them to try to recover legal fees.
Okay, so we should go back to that resolution after we have the copies of the parts.
Yeah, that's, you can do that.
Okay. I think it's a good idea, so the residents don't have to pay for it.
So you're trying to recover the legal fees
We're gonna go to Helen and Company.
Yeah,
from
From
that
you.
person?
Well, from you.
So you want to cover the legal fees for the village
That's
attorney?
right.
That's what you want to do? Does that seem fair enough? If you have to hire an outside attorney because of the fact I'm a sitting trustee, that you're going to try to recover the expenses? Does that sound?
I don't want to, I can't talk about your case, but I can.
I'm just saying as a
in general,
trustee.
Like the case that we have where I'm representing the ZBA, normally you request legal fees. So I just wanted to make sure that there was an instruction in the resolution. We should probably, in all of our resolutions involving litigation, we should probably have that instruction.
Automatically? But in this case, though, it was conflict of interest for you, so why should it automatically just be put onto that person? Because of the situation.
So my recommendation is that when we authorize litigation, we instruct whoever the attorney is to attempt to recover legal fees. The alternative would be to have a cap in the fees.
Thank you. Give me two.
All right. Enjoy two.
No, I'll give one to Sandy.
All right.
We got one.
Two.
Thank you very much, Frank.
Two copies, please.
I thought this was just a discussion, I didn't know you were gonna vote on tonight. Also, look for copies out.
You get two copies.
Of course you will.
Is somebody getting a copy to the lady that left?
Thank you, John. I'll take one for her. Thank you for reminding me.
There's one back there.
Okay, so should we go back to number 9?
It's up to you.
Okay, so resolution 03-2018-9, resolution authorizing Campbell Middleton and McCormick LLP to begin litigation against trustee John Richardson and to recap the legal fees. Is that right, John? Recap the legal
I
fees?
don't want to discuss the resolution.
Okay,
Yeah,
Well, but we already passed this resolution, so do we want to?
it would be a resolution to amend it.
to amend it?
okay, so resolution amending Campbell.
But I think my comment was that when we contracted outside, when we contract any attorney, whether it's me or an outside attorney, that there's, it's mentioned that we will try to recover legal fees. I
In the
don't think you have to amend the resolution.
So, yeah, so can we just make a separate new resolution?
I think it could just be in
In their contract,
That's my suggestion as to a policy.
okay.
It's not relevant to, it's not specific to this
Right.
resolution.
So this will stand, and we can now just move on.
But even including the cases that I represent the village, I think that we should.
So what I'm suggesting is that we say, make a resolution saying in all cases where you have to recuse yourself from,
Or even yourself, you should be in the
Right.
minute.
where the village attorney has to recuse himself, that,
No, my recommendation is any litigation the village is in, that we attempt to recover legal fees. In the case involving the ZBA, I have a request for legal fees. We ask the judge to award legal fees. That's my only comment.
Okay.
Wouldn't that just open up a window though, for just saying, well, you know what, just just get an
Let's
attorney.
focus on the resolutions here.
Well, I'm just asking, is there, well,
You just,
Again,
you're
you're
just
talking about
not
your
focusing
case.
on the
no, I'm just talking
resolutions.
about, just, wait,
Let's
honestly,
focus on the resolutions.
Jeff,
No.
I'm allowed to speak. I'm allowed to speak.
Right,
I'm
we
just
can't talk
asking a
about your
question. Well,
case.
then I'm not talking about my case, I'm asking a question. Anytime you have to call for an outside attorney, isn't that gonna open a window where, just get it done, where doing something like that isn't gonna cost the village a budget, where it just becomes automatic, where you just get an outside attorney, will that open?
You're not listening, it's not just the outside attorney, it's also him as an attorney, so any cases he's
I guess the
representing the
question,
village on.
I just asked a question.
That's what I'm trying to explain to you. And am I explaining it right? Even if you're on the case, he's just saying we should recap the legal fees. Right?
What I was asking was, is that, will that open a window where the village was constantly just saying, well, forget it, just go get another attorney, and it'll actually cost the village more money?
Why would we get another attorney?
And what if they don't, well, I'm just saying, what's happened in the past, where they got outside attorneys, well, just, if the village is responsible for the legal fees, they're gonna be more reluctant to go after somebody, or just whatever the process is, where you can just use the village attorney.
I disagree with you.
Okay, well, I'm just pointing that out, will that just be easier just to go take care of it?
Well, I think we can do that on a case-by-case basis.
Okay, that's fine, that's what I was asking, or that's the point that I just wanted to bring up.
Okay, what resolution are we on?
I'd like to be able to work here without, people making these harassing comments. It's really ridiculous.
They're just rude, it's unfortunate.
I've never seen anything like this.
Resolution 03-2018-11, resolution adopting. John did that, right?
It's a 10, we didn't vote on it,
Yeah,
because we had to hand out the laws. Resolution adopting secret, resolution for local law of 2018, new local law, village code, parks. So moved?
Your second? All in favor?
Resolutions 03-2018-11, resolution adopting local law of 2018 new village code parks. So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
All right.
Joe, you want to do the checks?
Okay. Twelve unpaid bills to be approved as of March 1, 2018. Axe Creators, PC Cloud backup twice, and Justice Court computer issues for a total of $202.48. Paul Edelson Esquire, Village Justice for February, $250. Joseph Newfield mileage, SGI for full request, $11.45. New York State Insurance Fund, we have a credit of $1,054.66 with a bill of $994.07. We still have a credit of $60.59. Poquott Joseph, legal bills, $1,531.25. Small Business Management Solutions, February bookkeeping, $463.75. Staples bill, $138.84, that's office supplies, and we'll wait myself in the code. Triad Telecom bill, $124.23, total 12 bills, $2,661.41. 12 unpaid bills to be approved as of February 22. Capella, Middleton and McCormick, LLP, legal representation, $1,029.01. Canon Financial Services, March rental on the copier, $149.